while you brush your teeth. Hello.
Hey, we're up on.
How are you today?
Late.
Don't forget your floss. Don't forget your floss.
That's his mother.
Yo, welcome to NBA Conflict. Sorry about that. We're on. We're here.
Ooh,
Connor's here.
that's good.
Avery's here.
Hello.
You missed the verbal dispute they just had. Avery saying that he's not a fan of the Pacers' new moves. Connor, being a Pacers fan, says that they are a title contender now. Avery, what do you say about that?
Connor has a biased opinion since he is a fan. And so I don't think he can look at it from the outside. If this was another team, I feel like he would see that they need to rebuild. But since he is such a Paul George follower, I don't think that he can he overlooks the fact that Paul George needs a little bit more help with guidance, that Monte Ellis is not a strong player, at the point guard position, while the defense has been strong, is a little bit weak on the offensive side, and the big man, when they had Roy Hibbert, was okay. Miles Turner is still growing, but they need a little bit more time. I give them 2 years, possibly 3, to become Eastern Conference ready, and then maybe 6 or 7 for the finals.
Ha! Now, I'm on the record of saying this now that the video is open because I didn't want to say anything before, and I knew all that stuff that Avery was going to say. Larry Bird has hired the assistant coach that he has been talking to this whole time about running fast-paced offense. I let you speak. This whole entire time. They acquired big men and a point guard who are mobile, besides the addition of Al Jefferson, who will come off the bench and be the 6th man for the team. Monte Ellis, I let you finish. Monte Ellis was restrained in Frank Vogel's system of slow offense. With this new fast-paced offense, which Monte has strived under before, he will have no problem going up and down the court with the Pacers' big, agile big men. With Paul George improving each season and playing in the Olympics this year, I do not see how the Pacers are not a top 2 or 3 team in the East.
Avery, your response.
In the East, I could agree with you. But the team, like I said, is ready in a couple of years.
I'm going to say they're a top 6 team next year, easy.
In the NBA?
In the NBA.
I'll kill myself online. Thank you.
Top 6.
Top 6.
In the NBA next year.
So Connor Kenny has predicted 2 years in a row, every year, on key, that the Pacers will do better than the next season.
I called Paul George.
And they did do. I let you talk. And they did do better this season, because last season, they didn't even make the playoffs. Now, they didn't have Paul George. Yes, I know. Thank you, Connor. You specifically said that point. Paul George this year was not an all-star.
He had 41 points in the All-Star game.
Congratulations. I like to finish.
That's second to the most points in the All-Star game history. So how is he not an All-Star?
I let you finish.
You're going to say Kyrie Irving was an All-Star this year?
I let you finish.
Mr. Injury Prone?
I let you finish. Now I get to interrupt you twice in a row. Thank you. Paul George, shooting percentage, went down. His points went down. No, that's just a
His points went up.
Okay, fine. His points went up.
His points, rebounds, and assists.
But his shooting percentage went down. He won, was it Player of the Month? But then he had one of the worst shooting performances in the Eastern Conference of an All-Star the next following months.
Because he was by himself.
Monte Ellis couldn't hit a shot, couldn't hit a layup, couldn't pass the ball. You keep on blaming all this stuff, but your team is actually trash because you have a horrible system. Larry Bird doesn't know what he's doing. He should leave because they went from top to the bottom. And now
How can you call yourself a Celtics fan and say Larry Bird doesn't know what he's doing?
Okay, he was a good player. That doesn't mean he's a good executive. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean he's a good executive. Just because he was a good player.
Wait, what's that? What's that, Justin?
The stats for Paul George. Player efficiency. Now, we won't even compare this because this number proves that he's not good. But we won't even look at that because I don't want to make you cry. Now, 41% from the field goal, 37% from the three, 86% from the free throw. His points went up by 2 points from his last All-Star appearance. His rebounds went up 0.2. His assists went up 0.6. No blocks. His steals went up 0.1. His turnovers went up. He really hasn't really improved that much if you look at the stats.
He did improve, though.
By what? 2 points? By 0.2? Connor, this is not improving. Improving
He also
is when you
just
move
came back
on.
from an injury, Avery.
You can blame whatever you want. You can say
It's
whatever
his
you
first
want.
season. It's his first whole season.
Kyrie
back.
Irving came back from injury and won a championship.
Why are you like getting so close to the thing?
So they understand my point. That Paul George is not... He has improved,
he had to rehab a
But-
whole season to get back to
but-
his all-star level,
but...
and he did improve.
How was that improved?
A little bit.
Tell me what he improved it. By dramatically. I'm not talking about 0.2 points.
I'm
LeBron
not saying
James
he had to have a dramatic.
LeBron James averaged 2 more points than he
he
did
was going to
last
have
year.
a dramatic improvement. I didn't say he was going to be most
So
improved player.
what is he going to do different next year to win the Eastern Conference Finals?
He has help. He doesn't have to score all these points. He doesn't have to have the ball the whole
He had
time.
help last
He
year.
has. No, he didn't.
Well, you said he did last year.
No, I didn't. I
You
never
literally-
said that. I said
you
he had
literally
no
said
help the whole
every
year.
single year.
I said the whole
you
year.
said they would be good.
Avery, I said the whole.
No.
What are you talking about?
You literally
You're not
said
even letting me
every...
talk. You're like, no, okay.
No, I get 2 interrupts because you interrupted me in my thing.
Okay, but Avery, you're not listening. That doesn't count. You're not listening. I
Okay.
listened to you and then I interrupted.
Okay.
There's a difference.
All right, I will listen to you.
I'm saying that I even said this year that, hey, they got Monte. They're going to do a little bit better. They did do better. They were in the playoffs this year.
They barely made it to the playoffs. How
They
was
were
that
still
doing
in the
any better?
playoffs. And-
They went from 9th to 8th.
They still brought the other team to 7 games. They brought the Toronto Raptors to 7
The
games.
Toronto Raptors.
Toronto Raptors were still in the Eastern Conference Finals, Avery.
Oh my God!
All I'm saying
the
is
competition.
that-
What competition do they have?
The East has gotten so much better. and you
so
know
much
that.
better, but they have Kyrie Irving going off, LeBron James, Kevin
Right.
Love even stepped
That's
it
the
up.
Cavs, Avery.
Okay, hang on. Let's talk about the Cavs. Avery, Kyrie Irving just won his first championship. Do you have anything to say to Connor about that?
I don't think it's fair to bring up an actual all-star player against a low life such as Paul George, and I don't even want them in the same sentence because Kyrie Irving is younger than Paul George. He's faster, and he averaged I don't even want to say what he averaged in the finals because it would just embarrass a kid who's never even seen anything past the Eastern Finals.
Connor, do you have anything to say about Kyrie Irving compared to Paul George?
No, that was just a douchey question.
Let's turn it over to Paul George.
Hey, quick interruption. Kevin Durant will meet with the Thunder later today. I don't know
He's
much
not
you
going
guys-
back to. He shouldn't go back. Don't go back.
Wayne, why don't you spit some numbers here? Efficiency rating of Kyrie Irving is better than Paul George, by the way.
No, we won't mention that. Let's not drill in the fact that the Pacers are not
So
good.
are you just putting me
Hang on,
this
hang on,
to,
hang on,
like,
hang on, let's go,
crush me?
let's
Is
go,
that,
let's go,
like, what
let's go.
this is for?
I'm
Hey.
trying to show you that the Pacers need a lot of work.
Right, but
That
we
you
haven't
are-
moved on to any other questions.
Okay, here we
Just
go. Yeah,
making
this is too much pace. This is too much about the Pacers. Let's talk about something else.
Knicks.
The free agency is going on, and the New York Knicks. Connor, would you agree that they're looking like a pretty good team so far?
Yeah, they improved a lot.
Avery, do you agree?
I believe that they will do better than. I mean, they really can't go any further down
All
than
right,
they
all right.
have been. The
How about
last
this?
past
How about
couple
this? How about
of
this?
years.
Connor, do you believe Derrick Rose will have a nice season this year?
I think Derrick Rose will have a great season.
Avery, do you think Derrick Rose will have a nice
I
season?
think Derrick Rose has lived up to expectations as high as he will ever get, and then he will flop right back down on his butt like he's done for the last 4 years.
I think Derrick Rose is healthy enough that he will be able to have a decent season. I don't think he's going to have an MVP season ever again. I think he's going to have a very good season. I don't even think he's going to be an all-star.
How many points are we averaging here?
Yeah, what's
for
a good
Derrick Rose?
season?
I think
Give
for
me
him,
points,
I'm going
rebounds,
to
assists,
say
and steals.
18 or 19 points. I'm going to say 4 assists and 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and that's going to be the best he can do.
I'll take that, but I'll put you down to 16 points, maybe 14.
Sure.
But
I
shooting-
think he's gonna have more points. I don't think his shooting's
But
gonna be nice.
no,
I
no,
think
he's not going to shoot. And if he does shoot, his season is going to be the worst season he's ever going to have. And
All
if he
right.
starts taking advice from Melo, he will lose. The Knicks will lose, and he will be the scrub
Well,
that
I think that actually,
he will
I think his
always
shot
be.
selection might even be better with the triangle offense, though. Especially with Joakim Noah there, with being the passing big man that he needed.
He had one of the best coaches.
And he's in really good shape.
He had
right
one
now.
of the best coaches,
Who?
and he still couldn't.
Who?
Derrick Rose on the Bulls. Tom Thibodeau.
Oh, Tom Thibodeau.
Tom
Can we
Thibodeau.
talk about the Minnesota? Okay, wait. Who do you think up and coming team? Which is going to be better?
Hang on.
Lakers?
We'll get to that in the NBA talk.
Yeah.
But hang on. One last thing. Connor, would you agree that Kevin Durant should go to Boston or Golden State?
Not Golden State.
You think Golden State?
No, not Golden State.
Avery, do you think he should go to Golden State?
No, I think he should go to Boston.
So you guys both agree there.
Yeah, no, I think if he goes to Golden State, it ruins Golden State's chemistry. Yeah, I think that they both just get in a feud and all that just crushes Golden State's thing. But, like, I mean, as much as I'd love to see that happen, it also hurts KD's legacy. For him, that's kind of bad. I think if he goes to Boston, he can build something there for a little bit,
Definitely.
win a championship or two, and then go back to OKC, where, I mean, Russell Westbrook will be his team at that point, but they'll still have room for him.
True.
And they'll always, I'm sure they'll welcome him back again. Like, I mean, LeBron left and came back to Cleveland. I
Right.
don't see why he wouldn't come back to OKC.
I wouldn't go back to OKC because, well, LeBron James came back to Cleveland because he grew up in Ohio, so that's a good reason to come back to Cleveland. He grew up in Akron. And
I just feel
don't think
bad.
he will go back to the OKC. I think
I just feel bad because Russell Westbrook's
Russell Westbrook is not.
his career's about to. If that happens, if Kevin Durant leaves, his career's about to go in a different turn for sure.
Everyone's gonna realize how bad Russell Westbrook
No,
is.
I didn't think it was gonna be bad. I think
No,
it's gonna
no,
be different.
everyone's gonna
I
realize.
think Russell Westbrook might even be the MVP next year
There he is.
if that happens. But I don't know how good that'll end up.
It's not gonna end up well.
All right. Couple more topics here. Dwight Howard recently signed with the Atlanta Hawks. What do you guys think about Dwight Howard signing with the Hawks? Good fit? Will he ever be an All-Star
I
again?
don't even follow the Hawks because they're so bummy.
But Dwight Howard. what
I
do you
think Dwight Howard needed to go somewhere better.
He's been moving from team to team,
But he hasn't really found like a good team.
And he never will. He's like the ugly duckling.
He's like
who
the
was
Shaq
always
that can't
ugly.
win championships. That's all.
Don't
he is.
even compare him to Shaq. He was like they thought he was gonna be like Shaq for maybe a couple of years. Then he left the Orlando Magic after he lost in the finals,
Or Shaq.
like Shaq. But Shaq won championships. Shaq was actually good. Dwight Howard is a baby. His skills have gone down dramatically. His rebounds have gone down dramatically. I just don't think Dwight Howard will ever be an all-star ever again.
Oh, for sure. He's 31.
No, not even that. He's just not
Or he's
a
30.
good player anymore.
He's just no. He's old. He's an athletic. He was an athletic player for big men. That's what he was. His breed is dying out for big men. That's all I'm saying.
Breed is dying out. If Tim Duncan is still in the league, and his breed isn't even
I'm talking
dying
about
out,
his type of
then
style.
why is Dwight Howard?
It's his style of play, Avery. He was all athleticism.
I mean, you
dunks.
start to see
Every-
that in people like Willie Cauley-Stein now, though.
Yeah.
It's starting to come back.
Yeah, like, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like their style dies out faster. Like Dirk and Tim Duncan are still in the league, but like Kobe just left because all of his game was athleticism for a long time too. You know what I mean? They were all around the same time.
I might say anything to that. That was stupid.
do you
Anyway,
mean?
no. Anyway,
How was that stupid?
no. Anyway,
Kobe still shot, but I'm just saying like they only shot.
was his game only athleticism, Smitty?
I didn't say
Oh,
only
it's Kobe.
athleticism. I'm just
No.
said it was more athleticism than Dirk and Tim Duncan, and that's fair.
Wayne, you have anything to add on to that?
No.
How is that?
Okay, guys, Timothy Mozgov signed 4 years, $64 million. Anyone want to say
4
something?
years, $64 million.
Yeah.
Timothy Mozgov.
Lakers. Lakers.
That was accurate.
$64 million. Hey, here
What?
Timothy Mozgov, $64 million. Overpaid?
Yes.
Why?
Get him out.
Get him out of what?
He did. How many minutes did he play in the finals?
Less than 0.
You can't get let. Anyway, Timothy Mozgov, I wouldn't pay him $6 million to sit on the bench. I wouldn't pay him $2 million. I wouldn't pay him $10 to cut my lawn. The guy's an idiot. Can't walk in a straight line. Have you seen him? He didn't even play at all during the finals because he's a useless big man. He couldn't guard Andrew Bogut. And even when Andrew Bogut was out, he couldn't score on Draymond Green. They actually played Anderson Varejao, and Anderson Varejao scored. I was so disappointed, I wanted to cry.
Anything, Connor?
No, he said it.
All right. That's it for this edition of NBA Conflict. That was Connor and Avery. And we'll see you guys next time.